What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. Okay guys, you don't have to say the name of the game, you guys know where we're at. It's pretty much all we're covering lately, but I do want to talk about another Bet You Didn't Know That video. So this is part two. Okay, the first one was about things you may not have known about the game that I'm trying to teach you, and vice versa, that you guys teach me in the comment sections that I may not have known. So let's do a couple new ones that I figured out along the way and how they will apply to you as a player. So first off, bet you didn't know, this one's an easy one. You probably did, but I just want to let you guys know how to get these little trophy tokens. A lot of people are always asking the question. So how to get the trophy tokens to get yourself your weekly essence is you go through all of the story mode. Anything with the trophy icon essentially is how you get that. So hard mode, story mode, normal mode, but a lot of people miss out on the simple stuff, such as, here we go, what I want to actually show you guys was the, where is it, right here. The encore missions also have it. So look at these, all of these ones. Yes, that's right. You will have to spend your hard-earned keys, guys, in order to complete these trophies as well. So don't forget the encore missions, and don't forget all of the instance dungeons that also have the trophy. So for those who are looking to maximize their weekly rewards, bet you didn't know that trophies exist all over the place. So you definitely need to, guys, go ahead and get that done to maximize your essence stones that you get on a weekly basis. Okay, another thing, reputation. All right, if you guys have not noticed this, reputation exists. You guys can see I'm at reputation 14, and reputation does do something pretty important. Actually, what it does, and if you guys will take a look at my encore missions, I have 5 keys now. Okay, the way reputation works is every time you increase your reputation, you will actually gain a key slot. So every single time you do that, you'll allow yourself to get more keys through that. So reputation plays a very, very big part in the game. Not only does reputation give you more keys though, it also gives you guys essence stones and limited tickets, as well as other resources along the way. So make sure you are focusing on reputation. Reputation is easily built through gates and other content. Okay, so you guys will see every time you finish a gate, a reputation will pop up. It'll be like 1 or 2, etc. The more gates you do, the more reputation you build. There's other ways to get reputation as well too, but I want to show you guys how to do that. I think level 12, reputation 12, is the one that gave me the 5 keys. If I recall, and I was like, why did I get that? I was like, was it because of the monthly pass? And I had to go back here and take a little look at the monthly pass to be like, is this what gives me an extra key? So we started looking here, and I was like, where is the extra key? And there wasn't an extra key. So then I started realizing, oh damn, that's exactly what reputation does. Okay, so make sure you're doing that. Another thing, let's go to weapons. This one's interesting. A lot of folks don't know this one, and every time I show it to them, they kind of get surprised. So if you go to any weapon here, if you go into the skills option, okay, this right here, for example, has a little icon that has an arrow that's pointing down on what looks like a little pad, right? So what that means is if you hold the skill down, right, it will actually do more damage. It will actually do a lot more hits. Look at that right there, right? So if you don't hold it down, you actually do a lot less damage. So remember, anything with an icon like that will show you that. Now you can see here, other ones don't have this icon, but this one has a counter icon. This one here means every time you do a counter, it will allow you to do extra feats. And you guys can see that in the details of the weapon, of course, right? So that's what that icon is. If you go further, again, you see nothing, but there is one more that pops up that you may have missed, and that is going to be right over here. Okay, Knighthood, or Night Killer, sorry, I call him Knighthood. Night Killer is also one that you can hold down with their special, so make sure you are doing that to maximize the DPS. The rest of them here, guys, don't have any of that. Some of them you can just spam, like this, for example, this Demon Night Spear, you can just throw it non-stop, but it doesn't require you to hold it down to do any more power. So for those who are running the Scythe, make sure you're holding it down. It's a huge difference. And as a matter of fact, here, let me show you guys what the difference looks like. Okay, let me go into a fight real quick, then you guys can kind of see what I'm referring to. So let's just go to the battlefield here. I'll just show you guys the Scythe. Okay, here, you guys can take a look at it. I'll show you guys with it and without it, so you guys get a general sense of what the difference is in the actual attack itself. And I think it'll be pretty mind-boggling to those who didn't know how much more damage you can pull off holding it down. Now remember, you are a little more susceptible when you do hold it down because he's doing more attacks. The only way to get out of it is to stop and dodge, but the outcome is worth it. Okay, so here, let's just show you guys what I'm talking about. So let's just do this. Okay, so here, look. If I hold it down, look at the difference. Okay, now watch when I don't hold it down, okay? Just give me a sec. I'll do it in a second without holding it down, alright? Just give me a sec. Let's bear run. Okay, now watch. Not holding it down. Look at that. 3 or 4 hits. That's it. That's the max you get. So make sure, guys, when you are doing this, you are holding it down. Now, Westwind you can hold down as well. It doesn't say you can't hold it down, but you can. So there's some weapons where the tooltip is incorrect. So bet you didn't know that either. So you got to make sure you are watching the tooltip as well as actually understanding the weapon. So it does matter quite a bit depending on the weapon. So here it is again, held down. I mean. So you guys can see a lot more damage being done with that when it is being held down. So Scythe users, that's something you may not have known. All right. So there you guys go. Another one real quick. Let's go out of there. Now, a couple other things I want to tell you guys. Passives. Passive. This was a discussion in my Discord, okay? For those who are wearing sets, so for example, the Noble set, that actually gives you guys, 2-piece gives the user HP, but then the Noble set, passive, actually gives the Hunter or whoever wears it a buff, right? Decreases their attack, but increases the party's attack. A lot of people were looking for the buff. Passives, guys, you will not see a buff from equipment, okay? You will not see a passive buff from equipment. Where you will see your buffs are going to come from are going to be either from your skills, your blessing stones for Sung Jin Woo, or something from his weapons, okay? That's where most of that will come from. If you guys don't see the buffs from your actual passive artifacts, it's not abnormal. It's pretty common, actually, okay? What ones you will see, though, are ones like this from the B set, right? Where you land a critical, you'll actually see this because there's a cooldown to it, and it does stack. So those ones you will, in fact, see. But ones like this, where like power acquisition plus 20% rate, you won't see that buff, right? If you go to Nobles again, right here, this bottom buff here, you won't see that. So don't look for it. You're not going to find it. I've done a lot of testing. The buff does apply because I've seen the increase in attack, but it does not actually show in the bottom of the screen. Okay, so just an easy example of that would be going into your Sung Jin Woo or any of your Hunters fights, and you'll see anyone who wears those sets, you actually don't see the passive. So don't worry about that. You will see it either way when you do the missions. It just won't be visible to you on the screen. So just want to point that out real quick for a lot of folks who are wondering how that works. All right. Now, a couple more things I want to talk about in regards to blessing stones. I will do a tier list eventually for this, but it is a tough one to do because right now they are impossible to get. They're very, very difficult to get, as a matter of fact, and probably going to be end game considered. But blessing stones are going to be these stones here, and the way to get epics, and a lot of people don't know this, is to actually need to require to get yourself some dupes. Now, it's not a necessity, but it's the best way. So I'll show you guys how, because I know a lot of you don't know about this. So if I go into the fuse section, right, there's a blessing stone powder you can get. Now, these usually drop from a couple places. Number one, the dragon fights. Every time you rank, you get yourself an opportunity to get these blessing powders. Once you get 50, you can create a few of these. You guys can see here the very successful rate is only 2% to get yourself these epics, okay? Which is near impossible to get, by the way. So you're going to most likely get 98% of the chance you're going to get a rare. Now, if you get a rare dupe, that's where it becomes interesting. You can take that rare dupe and go all the way down to this section and use it here. So Blessing Stones Epic, you guys can see here, the rate is much, much better. 35% chance, in this case 36 because I have the one fail here. Every time you fail, you get an increase of 1%. You actually get a chance at 35% to get yourself an Epic, which is a much better quality of the old rare ones. Okay, now the way this works is when you get dupes, in this case I have one dupe of this one, you need 3 of them in order to craft that for 20k gold. The same thing will apply eventually to Blessing Stones Legendary. You will need 3 duped epics in order to make yourself a legendary Blessing Stone. The same thing, guys, applies to these, by the way. The skill runes work the exact same way as well. You can craft them with this. The success rate exactly the same, 2% for epics, but here you get 35 plus, you see the plus of 2, and then eventually when you have enough dupes, you can go for legendary ones. I tried my first one today, failed it. I'm at 1%. Gotta go back to the drawing board. All right, guys, that's Payne. Hope you, that's Payne. Sorry, it's really late. This is Payne. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.